Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the session. So I hope all of you are doing great and studying really well for your upcoming MPPSC exam, right? So without further delay, let's get started with our session tonight. Wait, let me share my screen with you all. Good evening, good evening. It's visible to you all, right? Yes. Good evening and welcome. Let me also open the chat box. Hi, Lokesh. Hi. Good evening. Good morning, Lokesh. Is it morning? Hi, Bhumika. Chalo. So let's get started with the questions now, shall we? Yes. Chalo. Good evening, Juhi. Good evening, Raghav. Welcome. So let's get started now. Hi, Manisha. The first question is from the treatise on the Sublime by Longinus. Longinus was a Roman classicist who wrote the first ever treatise on aesthetics called On the Sublime. Right. In On the Sublime, what is the ultimate goal or psychological effect of sublime literature on the audience? In On the Sublime, what is the ultimate goal or psychological effect of sublime literature on the audience? Let me see. Yeah, the links have been shared already. I hope more people will join. Yes. So in On the Sublime, what is the ultimate goal or psychological effect of sublime literature on the audience? Yes, it is emotional transportation, ecstasy, and awe. Emotional transportation, ecstasy, and awe. Right? Very good. It is option C. The main motive or intention of sublimity is emotional transportation, ecstasy, and awe. Very good. Next. Longinus defines the false sublime as a result of certain technical defects. Which of the following defines puerility as identified by Longinus? So it's a very important question on false sublime as discussed in this treatise. So according to Longinus, what is false sublimity or puerility? Tell me, what is false sublimity or puerility? Okay, right. What is false sublimity or puerility? Childish, trivial, or pedantic affectations that pretend to be profound. So, in his treatise on the sublime, Longinus outlines three main types of false sublime. Okay? And he defines puerility as the error defined as childish, trivial, or pedantic affectations which are pretending to be profound, but in actual, they're not profound, they're shallow. Right. Okay, good. So it's a reminder for you all to look up On the Sublime once again. Okay, right. All of you have answered correctly, almost. Yeah. In the Poetics, Aristotle classifies faults in a poem into essential and accidental faults. Which of the following best defines an accidental fault? In the Poetics is again a treatise which primarily talks about tragedy, but it also talks about poetry. Right. So in the Poetics, Aristotle classifies faults in a poem into two types, essential and accidental. Which of the following best defines an accidental fault? An accidental fault. Right, right. Very good. A mistake concerning a scientific or historical fact unrelated to the plot's art. That is accidental. The poet did not commit this intentionally. It was accidental. Because you can obviously go wrong with a year, with a factual information. That's fine because we all are only humans and we can all make mistakes. So when you go wrong with a year or any factual information, that's perfectly all right because it's accidental. It is not deliberate or intentional. All right. Yes. This is easy. Aristotle states that tragedy aims to arouse pity and fear, Elios and Phobos, to achieve a purging of these emotions. What is the literal Greek term Aristotle uses for this purging or cleansing process? It is obviously catharsis. It is obviously catharsis. Catharsis is the purgation or the cleansing of the excessive of pity and fear which are aroused in the audience during the tragedy. Tell me, what do you mean by anagnorisis? What is the meaning of anagnorisis? Anagnorisis is the moment of recognition or discovery of your flaw or of the mistake or your error in judgment. Anagnorisis is the moment of recognition or discovery. What do you mean by hamartia? Hamartia is your tragic flaw or your error in judgment. Hamartia, it's a term from archery. Hamartia is a term from archery, which means what? Your tragic flaw, right? Your tragic flaw or your error in judgment. And what do you mean by peripetia? What do you mean by peripetia? Peripetia means reversal of fortune. Peripetia means reversal of fortune. Okay? Peripetia means reversal of fortune. Okay, clear? So anagnorisis means discovery or recognition. Catharsis means the purgation of the excessive of pity and fear. Hamartia means tragic flaw. And peripetia means reversal of fortune. Okay, clear? Right, all of you have answered correctly. All of you have answered correctly. In the original serialized publication of the novel Great Expectations, what was the fate of Pip and Estella? What was the fate of Pip and Estella? You all know about Great Expectations. It's a Bildungsroman by Dickens, published in 1861. So in the original serialized publication, not the novel, it's talking about the serialized publication of Great Expectations. Correct. They part ways and the ending strongly implies they never meet again. They part ways and the ending strongly implies that they never meet again. Is it true that this novel starts from a graveyard scene? Tell me. Is it true that this novel starts from a graveyard scene? Is it true that this novel starts from a graveyard scene? Yes. Yes. Okay. It starts from a graveyard scene where Peep meets home Abel Magwitch, the convict. Abel Magwitch, the convict. Right? And who later turns out to be his secret beneficiary, right? It was Abel Magwitch who was secretly sending Pip money, who was financing his journey of becoming a gentleman in London. Right, correct. Which legal clerk, known as the aged parent's son, teaches Pip about the portable property of London's legal world in Great Expectations? Tell me. Which legal clerk, known as the aged parent's son, teaches Pip about the portable property of London's legal world? It's a purely textual question, right? It is Wemmick. Wemmick. It is Wemmick. Wemmick. It is Wemmick. Don't go wrong, okay? It is Wemmick. John Wemmick is the dry, cynical law clerk, the prominent lawyer, Mr. Jaggers. He lives a double life. At the office, he acts cold and is obsessed with acquiring portable property. At home, he is a joyful man who happily cares for his hard of hearing father, affectionately known as the aged parent. So there's Wemmick. He teaches Pip about the ruthless realities of London's legal world and how to protect his valuables. There's John Wemmick, the law clerk. John Wemmick, the law clerk. Yes, lawyer was Mr. Jaggers. His clerk was Wemmick, who taught Pip about the ruthless realities of this legal world in London. Okay? Don't get confused. Stay very clear about which character is there in which work, who did what, because it is understandable that in Dickens you have a plethora of characters. Dickens means convoluted plots and plethora of characters. It is easy to get confused, and that's why you need to revise them time and again, time and again, time and again. Right? Very good. To whom is James Boswell's The Life of Samuel Johnson explicitly dedicated? Have you all liked the session? Please like the session. There are only 6 likes. Why? Please like the session, everyone. So to whom is James Boswell's biographical work, The Life of Samuel Johnson, is explicitly dedicated? Very good. It is Sir Joshua Reynolds. Sir Joshua Reynolds. Very good. Very good. Next. In the preface of The Life of Samuel Johnson, Boswell justifies his groundbreaking method of biography by stating he will not merely write a chronological record, but apply what he calls the dash to capture Johnson's true essence. So, in the preface of his biographical work, The Life of Samuel Johnson, what is that method he has talked about, which he believes will not only give us a monotonous chronological record of Johnson's life, but instead will capture the essence, the true essence of Johnson. It is interior of consciousness, interior of consciousness. And it's a reminder for you all to look up even the preface of this work. To look up even the preface of this work. Okay? It is interior of consciousness. All right. It is B. Clear? Now you won't forget this, right? It is interior of consciousness. Chalo. Next. I love this question. This is my favorite question of the day. Just look at it. What is the overarching structural argument of To His Coy Mistress? I love this question. It's my favorite question of the day. What is the overarching structural argument of To His Coy Mistress by Andrew Marvell? Isn't this question beautiful? I love this. It is syllogistic logic, which proceeds with if, but, therefore. Right. So this poem, To His Coy Mistress by Andrew Marvell, it uses a famous three-step logical argument to persuade his lady love to be with him. So the first, this premise of if, it starts with how. How does it start? He says, if they had all the time in the world, her waiting to be kissed would be fine. Then but comes. But he says that time is running. He says that, but time is running out quickly and death is coming. Therefore, they should enjoy their physical passion right now while they are young. So this specific type of argument is called a syllogism. A syllogism is what? It's a logical argument style. It's a style of logical argument which takes two general truths to reach a logical conclusion. So here he takes these two general truths that if they had time of all the world, they could have waited. It's true. And it's also true that life is very shorter, and hence the ultimate truth, the conclusion that they have to now enjoy their youth as fast as they can, right? So it's like taking up two universal truths to come to a conclusion. If, but, therefore. If we had time, then we could have waited, but life is short. Youth is shorter. Therefore, we have to make love and enjoy our life as much as we can. So it is syllogistical, argumentative style. Right? Did you all like the question? Tell me in the comment. Did you all like the question? Was it nice? Next. In the opening stanza of this poem, To His Coy Mistress, what do you mean by the phrase vegetable love? Tell me. What do you mean by the phrase vegetable love? In the opening stanza of To His Coy Mistress. In the opening stanza of To His Coy Mistress. What do you mean by vegetable love? Correct. Very good. Love that grows slowly and spreads boundlessly. In 17th century, when this poem was written, the word vegetable did not refer to the food we eat. Instead, vegetable, it came from the Latin word vegetare, which means to grow or to flourish. So here, in the first stanza of To His Coy Mistress, the speaker tells his lover how he would court her if they had all the time in the world. He creates a playful exaggeration or hyperbole stating his love would grow vaster than empires and more slow. And hence he compares his love to the slow, steady, and endless growth of a plant to show his devotion is limitless. Okay, clear? Right. So if you are planning to sit for the upcoming NET exam and if you think you're weak in paper one, you can join our UGC NET paper one dedicated course where we will teach you all the 10 units and it's a program of 6 months. Okay? Right. In the opening lines of the poem Song of Myself, Walt Whitman states, "For every atom belonging to me as good belongs to you." What philosophical or literary concept does this atom represent? Tell me. What does Walt Whitman mean by the atom here? It means what? Very good, Manisha. The transcendentalist belief in the divine oversoul connecting all matter. Very good. So, in this famous line, for every atom belonging to me as good belongs to you, Walt Whitman uses the specific term atom as a metaphor for spiritual connection. He expresses the transcendentalist idea that a single divine spirit or life force connects all living things, making every person equal and unified. Okay, clear? So, next. In section 6 of this poem, Song of Myself, a child asks, "What is this? What is the grass?" Whitman provides multiple answers. Which of the following is not one of the interpretations he offers for the grass? Which of the following is not one of the interpretations Whitman offers for the grass in response to the question of the child, what is the grass? Walt Whitman talks of grass as the handkerchief of the Lord, as a scented gift, as the uniform hieroglyphic of nature. But he never talks about grass as the green flag of the progressive republic. Look at the question here. Which of the following is not one of the interpretations he offers for the grass? Okay, so option D would be the answer. So let's look at all the questions we have done today. Okay. So which are the questions and texts we have discussed today? Today we have talked about On the Sublime by Longinus. On the Sublime by Longinus. We have talked about Poetics by Aristotle. Right? Poetics by Aristotle. We have talked about Great Expectations by Dickens. We have talked about The Life of Samuel Johnson by Boswell. Right? Then we have talked about the poem To His Coy Mistress by Andrew Marvell. Yes, then we have talked about Song of Myself by Walt Whitman. After this live session is over, will you all please revise this text from your syllabus? Will you all please revise this text from your syllabus? Yes, will you revise? Do you all like the questions? Were the questions nice and good? Will you all remember these terms, anagnorisis, peripetia, catharsis, hamartia? Yes. Will you look up the text of Poetics once again? Yes. Please look up Poetics once again. Please look up On the Sublime once again. Read the poem To His Coy Mistress once more. It's a short poem, right? Please read the poems once more. Read the poem Song of Myself once more. Okay? And to let me know how you feel after reading them again and again. All right? Great. And yes, all of you who need guidance in paper 1 of NET, you can obviously come and join us. Here is everything on the screen you can see. So come and join us. Okay? Right. So tomorrow there will be paper 1 session by Jobin sir for MPPSC. And I will see you all again on Friday exactly at 9:30 p.m. Don't forget to join me on Friday as well. Okay? I will be waiting for you all. Right. So promise me you will come on Friday as well and join me. Yes? Chalo. Bye then. Take care. Good night. And I will see you all again on Friday. Okay? Good night. Bye. And read a lot. Study a lot. Okay? And to let me in the comment section if you want any further improvement in these sessions. Okay? Good night. Take care. Bye.